down. Ladies, gentlemen, and my NB comrades, what's up? What's hood? I'm back. I'm a partner now, bitch! Ha! We out here. We did the thing. You know, I know right now there's gonna be like barely any viewers because everybody's over watching DPC on the official stream, but it's all good. It's all good. We did it, gang. We did it! Woo! Woo! I'm just playing with y'all. I'm just taking it easy. Honestly, I'm gonna be very relaxed about this because this is... Why am I like so weirdly in the frame? It's so bizarre. This is like the first game that I'm gonna be doing since getting partner, so just felt to give a bit of y'all a surprise, a little bit of a hello, what's up, what's going on. It's been a good time. Thank you so much, everybody, for getting me to partner. Really appreciate it. Shout out to y'all. So, PuckChamp versus Extremum. Honestly, one of the reasons that I felt like covering these two teams is just because of the fact that having seen them play, like in other tournaments, some of them were, in particular, what tournament was it that I was doing? Not just open qual. There's another tournament like a while ago. I forget. I don't know. Dota starts to meld together after a while. I forget the name of the tournament, but PuckChamp I did get to see in that particular tournament, and they looked, I wouldn't say great, but they showed a lot of promise. And I do definitely think that they've shown their mettle in Season 1 of Lower Division. We'll see what they're able to do here today in the Upper Div, taking on Extremum. Both of these two sides not looking good, their record so far. It seems to be the case that if you lose 3 in a region that doesn't have 4 slots to qualify, it's GG. At this point in time, PuckChamp has lost 2 and Extremum has lost 2. So one of the sides, no matter what we do, somebody is pretty much punching their ticket to stay in the upper division rather than progressing to the major stage. We shall see what ends up taking place here. I love this early puck pick, man. I kind of think that this hero is still a bit busted. I wouldn't say it's busted as it used to be, but it's still kind of crazy. Oh snap, Pew2K, Pew2K, legend, Pew2K. Yo, shout out for the subscription, comrade. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you. You're being a real comrade. You're being a real one today. Thanks. Extremum. Now that we have, I was about to talk and enthuse about this puck pick before I got distracted by the P2K hype being a god. So the thing about this puck in general, right now in particular in the meta, it just fulfills so many different roles. You can pick this role and the enemy has no idea where you're playing it, but you've already given yourself some decent team fight, loads of magic damage, a way to get to the backside of the engagement to catch out these heroes like the Ancient Apparitions, not necessarily Nyx Assassin though. And you also give yourself the opportunity where in a game like this, you're playing into Stampede, you're able to pop off this Puck Dream Coil to ensure that the heroes that are being stampeded at the time, no matter how fast they're running, no matter where they're going, get held in place, can't do anything, and end up dying. Good times. I like this pick. I am very happy. Nyx Assassin though, coming in from PuckChamp. This is after they banned Lion, Tusk, Deucer. So what, are they picking Storm Spirit? I mean, they have to be picking Storm, right? Banning Lion, banning Tusk, picking Centaur, picking Nyx. The other team already has Puck. I don't see them not going for the Storm Spirit here. I'd be fairly surprised if that ended up happening. Extremum. Pick up this Rubik, the Grand Magus. A lot of these Rubik players have been trying to prove us all wrong. Like, pretty much everybody in the talent/analyst community had, broadly speaking, agreed that this Rubik hero is not great. Not great. It's just an eye. At least at the beginning of the patch, that is. And then we started seeing these Rubik players say, nah, screw all of y'all. Fuck that. We're gonna play Rubik. And we're gonna show y'all why this hero is still top 2. And this Rubik, especially against Beastmaster, has shown itself to be very, very versatile. Very strong. Its presence in this game does more or less consign Puck to the mid lane because there's no way they want to play the Rubik as a 5 position. I mean, alright, hear me out. They could still do this, right? Hear me out. You can still do 4 Rubik, 5 Puck, or Flay Not Bad and Baby. It's all good. Hey, Comrade Johnny, what's good, fam? What's good? You out here? I'm glad you're here. Alrighty, Extremum. How do you respond to the DK? So you already have a big source of push from the side of PuckChamp. They have the DK with Ancient Apparition. So you know for a fact that every single fight that they take, hell, not just AA, Nyx as well as the DK and Centaur, so they will always have the sustain advantage in the fight against you. And you can't get this easy blast to be able to get rid of it. So you're definitely going to need a Spirit Vessel buyer here for the offlane. Puck can buy that item as well, but you want to be getting your Witch Blades, your Blink Daggers. You'll want to think about these items later, like the Spirit Vessel. They also somewhat lack burst outside of the Puck. Like the only burst they have is Puck drops the salvo, followed by the Fade Bolt. And then that's it. That's it. Nothing else happens. It's a pretty big of a yikes there. So we'll see on the side of Extremum if they are going to be capable of putting themselves into a positive position here with this next pick. What's it going to be? Taking their time with this one. Monkey King in the pool, not that great this meta, however. Excellent versus Centaur and DK, but given that he's not so good in the patch overall, might be a bit of a risk. This is a lot better. Get the Ursa. Is the bear not bad? No, it isn't. Okay. I'm used to this hero being bad now. It's been cropping up in so many games. The rise of these strength offlaners, such as your Centaurs, Timbersword, rise is the wrong word, but resurgence rather, is probably the correct word, has definitely led to this Ursa becoming a very high priority hero. You get some of the lane dominating aspects that you get sometimes from Monkey King, without the throw the game aspect that sometimes Monkey King gets you. Man, MK, what a hero. So hit or miss. This patch has been entirely missed, so we're not going to see him being picked up for quite some time. Faceless Void, one of the primero heroes in this patch. You know, I feel pretty vindicated. I remember when this patch came out, in the first couple of games that I was casting of this, I kept reiterating that the heroes I think are going to be strong this patch are Luna, Medusa, Terrorblade, Void, and who else was it I mentioned one other hero, but I forget the other one. But I was right on most of these counts. Makes me feel very nice. We'll say, did not see the Beastmaster every single game strat, but yeah, it's a thing now. Extremum taking out the Wraith King here towards the end. So where do we go from here? Last few seconds of the draft for PuckChamp to ban out a hero, make a decision as to who belongs in their corner. Need a safe lane hero that can also play up against this Puck and the Ursa. Not that much lockdown that I see right now, so Slok is looking decent from PuckChamp. The early game can be a bit rough versus Ursa, but you eventually get there. It is still also complicated fighting into the Fury Swipes as Slok. I like this pick of the Sand King. So this is their offlane hero, their initiator. Instant follow-up of the Troll Warlord. Troll's still in the game. Okay, so Troll from the previous patch has been sort of demoted from must-have every single game to being, okay, this is the one carry that won't be banned. Not as OP as Faceless Void, not as highly pickable as Ursa, but still very, very solid in its own right. So still a feature in most games for that particular reason. Okay. Last pick Troll. In this game, they're playing Troll with Centaur. They've got some physical damage, they've got some magic damage, some initiation from both Centaur and the DK, Roach taking potential from the Troll, late game potential from the DK Troll, and their team fight is okay, it's decent enough. Not going to be as good as Extremum's team fight, of course. They have Dreamcoil to work with, they have the Sand King to work around as well. This Extremum draft I like a lot as well. The thing that this draft gives them that PuckChamp don't really have for themselves. Extremum have teamfight, they still have Roach potential for themselves. Their lanes are amazing. Like, holy smokes. These are incredible lanes from the side of Extremum. They can still scale into the late game. Who do I prefer here? That is the question. That is the the rich question, the $1,000,000 question. Who do we prefer? Who do we like? Who do we like? Who do y'all like? Who do y'all like? Let's see what predictions look like. Pute, I disagree a little bit. I think in this game, the Abaddon is going to be really useful up against, in particular, it's going to be very useful against the Nyx Assassin if Abaddon's nearby. Because then you can't like insta-gank heroes like Puck anymore under those circumstances. Let's see how the game goes though. Let's see how the game goes as a game number 1 here in the DPC of the CIS region. And we're gonna do some dirt. We're gonna do some dirt. We're gonna do some dirt. Let's go. Let's roll. Let's have it. Also, because we're not doing official dotes of any kind at the moment, now we can do. The face cam is back. The face cam is back. Well, y'all. To be fair, right? Let me actually tell you all an interesting story. Right? Is that I myself wasn't even too enthused about the face cam coming back during the games. But during the last couple of weeks, people were messaging, being like, yo, cuz, where's the cam, man? I'll let you all decide, actually. Let me know what's up. 1 in chat, if I should keep the face cam on. 2 in chat, if you're like, nah, give us more of that beautiful Dota 2 screen, fam. Let's see what y'all say. Now, PuckChamp versus Extremum. The one thing that is going to be a huge problem for Extremum, a massive one, that they will not be able to overcome at any point in this game, no matter what, is the fact that they have very few tools, precious few tools, to help them deal with this BKB damage. You would naively think that Ursa is going to be fine because Fury Swipes does go right through the magic immunity. However, Ursa is wholly dependent on being able to keep heroes nearby him. Ursa is one of these heroes that cannot be kited. If he's kited in a fight, tends to lose that fight. So Extremum are going to have some difficulties once these BKBs emerge for the Troll and the DK in particular. But we'll see how things move and operate before that point. Here in the mid lane, Melayo on the Puck. Going to be playing up against the desperate DK. This is a matchup I expected DK to do really well in. So he's gonna do fine. Very boring lane here. Moving towards top. Meleus on the Centaur being slightly zoned back right now by the G Abaddon. Doesn't have a point into the Curse Crown, but because he has a point into Aphotic Shield, harassing him is a bit of a complication. Astral gonna be trying to drag away a creep wave at the moment as Nefrit is still in the lane, just getting all the CS that he requires on this bear. Priority in this lane is going to be getting his own farm. He knows he will not be really pressured by either the Nyx Assassin or the Centaur. Neither of them can take the risk of coming close to an Ursa in this lane. So, provided that his CS is up to scratch, then he should have a pretty free time here in the top lane. I love how G and Astral are just... I love how these are the offlaners now. Like, this is where the creeps are at. Centaur's busy getting nothing. He's like, whatever, man. I'm at the forefront of this wave. It's very weird. He didn't go the first point in to retaliate either, so he will have to be careful a little bit about his movement around these creeps. Also, we see that the Nyx Assassin was not able to block off the pull camp, so full advantage will be there for the Troll Warlord there in the top lane. Desperate in the meantime. Just happily getting his CS. He's chilling. He's like, whatever, man. This Puck literally does no damage to me, so who cares? Still, a lot of focus in the top lane. Cameraman really likes the side of the map. Looks like bottom is just being left to its own devices. Hey, we finally go bottom. Shout out, shout out, shout out. Crit out here farming on the Troll. Not really a lane that can be pressured against the Troll Warlord. They have the Sand King and the Rubik here. So the potential is somewhat there for like lift back into double Burrow Strike. Perhaps you just play hyper aggressively into the lane with Caustic and you try to toss back the Troll every now and then. But to even then, to make that maneuver, you sort of have to be sitting inside the trees. As this Rubik, not really a position that he can find himself in right now. So Troll will just keep farming top. The Centaur still getting nothing. And yeah, looks like maybe they're considering just making this Nyx Assassin the true purpose of this here offlane. Poor Melees, look how much damage he's taking from this. Nefrit, my gosh, calm down, my friend. It's just a poor Centaur. He also needs food. Oh boy, Melees being kept completely out of farming here. To be fair to him, he's not being kept wholly out of experience range at the very least. Nonetheless though, any hopes of like an early Blink Dagger, at the very least from this vantage point, don't seem all that likely. At least until the team starts taking more aggressive fights, then we can see some things happening on their side. This Nyx Assassin is going to be such a pain in the ass once he starts to get his levels. Puck has a difficult time playing the map. Throwing out Illusion Orbs is a complication because of the Spike Carapace. Mana Burn is so annoying against Puck. Spike Carapace amazing versus Sand King as well. The one bright spot for them on the side of Extremum is there's only 3 hard disables that they really want to get rid of. And I say only 3, you know, because I'm trying to have hope here. I'm trying to have hope. I'm trying to feel good about this. Melees still struggling. Not the easiest game that he's been a part of, but G as the point into the Curse of Avernus. They slow him up right now. Here comes Nefret trying to close the gap. He catches vision of the approaching bear on Melees. And now that he's out of mana, do they have enough damage to kill him? Yeah, they do. He's gone. He's gone, he's gone, he's gone, he's gone, he's gone, baby. First blood. Woof. Now that's a rough lane. That's a rough start to the game. But yeah, we did talk about this in the draft, that the Extremum lineup, good god, their lanes are just crazy, man. It's only really this mid lane that goes somewhat even. But on the other side of the map, they're going to get farm on Sand King. Top lane's going to free farm on the Ursa. Mid, Puck will get slightly out-farmed by the DK, but he cannot, literally cannot die in a DK lane. Unless there's a Tusk in the game, and I do not see one. They're going to try and roll onto him here. There was a stun that came out with the Dragon Tail, lived back into the tier 1 tower just for a couple of extra pot shots. Puck goes onto the other side of the river using that Illusion Orb, but primarily just wants to be able to escape the initial salvo of spells and maybe collect a rune off of this. In fact, Desperate, you're playing a dangerous game here, my friend. Fortunately for you, Melio didn't pick up the rune, and now Breathe Fire opposite direction. There's going to be Dream Coil on the 3. Melio doesn't have the Illusion Orb, but will eventually find the damage with the right clicks, and they bring down Desperate. Now, Ducalis attempting to TP out, will not be able to do so as Chu lifts him back on the Rubik, enabling them to pick up 2 here in the mid lane. Melio not only surviving that entire engagement from the damage he took earlier, getting a kill onto the counterpart in the opposite number, and more crucially, being alive to soak up this farming experience in the mid lane whilst the DK is busy respawning. So Extremum, very good start to the game for them. That death also evens out the net worth advantage that was accruing for this DK, considering that DK didn't have to buy the bottle. Puck went bottle, of course, but DK can forego such trivialities. Top lane. Now that Nefrit can just dive behind the tower, G has the point into Miscoil, 2 points of Aquatic Shield. Absolutely no way to kill anybody whilst this G Abaddon is nearby, provided that Abaddon isn't the actual target. Right now, this Ursa cannot die, and he still has access to Enrage for good measure. So with this push at the Sea Dragon, Extremum looking really good right now. Able to take a tier 1 tower in the first 10 minutes here top, buying a lot more space for the Ursa. Generally, it's that tower that the Ursa's in that gets taken. And now, because they've taken that tower, look on the minimap. You see this here, Observer Watch? Literally doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean shit, cuh. Regrettably, they'll never be able to make use of that ward next to the tier 1 tower to play aggressively onto the extreme part of the map there. So that's more jungle available for Ursa to farm. Dreamcoil now, thrown out middle. Chu, can he lift back this DK? Indeed he can, and now Nefrit here with the bear, looking for this desperate, still able to stay alive. Nefrit, unfortunately, the stun came in from the Impale from Astral, prevents the bear from being able to get the chase forward. Alright, decent enough. DK, fair play, won't die from that situation, can just go elsewhere on the map. He's going to be in the jungle for now. Still though, there's going to be a limit to how much farm he can pick up here before he feels like he might have to go back. The top lane, Melis. Are you kidding me? He can't even stay in the lane alone versus an Abaddon anymore. He has boots with the Ring of Health for the Centaur. Erstwhile, this Abaddon has Tranquils with the Ring of Bassi and is about to crack level 6 himself. And with that third point of Photic Shield, yeah, he's not incorrect to TP out there. 100% if he stays there, he probably dies. So, did make the correct decision. You know, one thing I am happy about with this matchup, and kind of why I felt, yeah, this is going to be a good match to cost, is though I think that these two teams are at the bottom of the pack in terms of the entire CIS region, upper div, hold that thought. Let's look at this kill. Sachlo activates Epicenter, goes directly onto Ducalis, and they're able to burst down that Ancient Apparition. But these two teams, they're at the bottom of the stack in terms of the CIS teams. Yo, subscribers, you would have actually seen in the video I made, I put them... What tier did I put them? It was pretty low. It was kind of disgusting. But the thing is, though they're both low rated versus everybody else in the field, this will mean that they'll play amazingly against each other. It'll be a close match. It won't be one of these things where it's just a quick 2-0 sweep. Even if it is a 2-0 sweep, it's going to be competitive in some measure. We see now... Unfortunately for them, G has level 6, and now Dreamcoil actually comes in for Melior. Nefrit is here as well. They actually want to try and find at least one kill, maybe even two. The first one picked up by grabbing the kill onto the DK. Unfortunately for them, Chu is not here fast enough, so they can't lift back the DK. Centaur down. They defend the tier 1 tower. They force out the ultimate from the DK. The G, Abaddon, gets to still stay in that lane. He doesn't get affected at all. Sachlo and Chu get to sit bottom, continuing to farm. And the defense was made in that lane. If you saw, the TP came in from the Puck, right? Not from Nefrit on the Ursa. Look how they're playing this right now. Because Puck TP top, and Ursa was already farming that area, and he felt safe to farm that area because of the fact that when they tried to make a move onto Abaddon earlier, they failed. So they couldn't get further vision in the area, couldn't take the tower. It's still safe for Ursa to be there. He doesn't have to leave just yet. He can still stay in the area. And they poured in the Puck to help find the kill. And now you have Puck in the lane, who can't be contested. Ursa can TP to mid and get farm there, where he's not contested. Chu is just sitting with Sachlo down bottom, where he's not contested either. The only thing that's going really well for the side of PuckChamp right now is the fact that the Troll Warlord is getting an absurd amount of farm. Crit is farming like a god in the jungle, and I will not be surprised to see him have the Battle Fury in the next 2 minutes. I mean, with phase boots and a Wraith Band. Looking very, very hot right now for the Troll's performance. Now, Dreamcoil onto the Centaur. Here comes Sachlo. Has Blink Dagger, but not able to find a correct target, unfortunately. Oof. That one hurts a little bit in the soul. It's not fun. It's not fun. That's huge for PuckChamp, because now, for the first time ever, Melis is involved in a fight, then he gets to survive. He's only died twice. I feel like he died more times than this. Been playing very carefully. But because he doesn't die in that engagement, he gets to keep going towards the Blink Dagger. I like this option that he went for. He realized that the game was going south, so there's no point rushing Vanguard anymore. Rather just skip this, go for the Hood of Defiance into Pipe. I really do think Pipe is an underrated item right now in Dota 2. Not to say it's not bought a lot, but I don't think it's bought nearly as often as it deserves. A fight now breaking out in the top lane after the Power Strike. Ancient Apparition, Ice Blast landed out onto Meloyo, and they burst down the Puck. That came off the back of the Hoofstomp as well, so huge kill to pick up by PuckChamp. Power Strike will come forth to catch out the Centaur, enable this Ursa to catch up, and dish out the damage with the claws. Still, that is a massive play here in the top lane. PuckChamp getting the death off of this Puck. Not only that, but keeping other heroes alive. I mean, Centaur, he is always going to die in that situation, whatever. Nice. Alright, the Astral shenanigans have begun. We're seeing it start right now. This Nyx assassin is rolling around the map, complicating your life. Every time you think, oh, I'm cool, I'm Gucci, I've got myself in a good farming position, suddenly my courier is dead and maybe I'm being initiated upon. That sucks. Speaking of initiation, I would love to see them smoke up on the side of PuckChamp because they have picked up one of the most crucial items in the game when you are playing with this draft, which is the Blink Dagger for the Dragon Knight. This being online and them having Cold Feet, Ice Blast, if they just smoke up with AADK, they can find kills. Sadly though, he does allow the Blink Dagger to be scouted out, so they will be playing a lot more carefully on the side of Extremum. Crit. We'll be building S and Y after this Battle Fury, try to accelerate as much of his farm as possible, and then also get himself ready for fighting, like this build. Ursa gets ready for fighting in different ways, just wants the Blink Dagger. So very similar rationales. And ooh, jump forward. They want this Ursa, actually. The big bear caught out. Woof! Ephonic Shield came in, but unfortunately the burst was too fast. It came in as the Ice Blast hit, so no heal. Feels bad, man. And they do manage to take down the Ursa. Yet another huge kill picked up by the side of PuckChamp. And as much as I was saying that I would have liked it if they smoked up to make that kill, looks like they didn't even need it. This DK just revealed the Blink Dagger raw. Ran in the jungle, blinked on the Ursa, killed him. Beautiful times. Melees also will continue to build towards Blink Dagger, just picks it up. Man, what a trooper. What a trooper. I don't know if any of y'all watch Dragon Ball, but that man is a pride trooper. Pulling through with the pre-15 minute blink given the game that he's been having while still also having Hood of Defiance. Aight, bro. Aight, bro. Shout out to you. Baroda, to be fair, he probably felt a bit safe because he's like, oh, bro, I've got this observer ward by the outpost, bro. Don't stress, fam. What could possibly go wrong, bro? And then he died. And that's why you see G. You see that ward that G placed out right now, there by the river? It's because of that death. Because Nefrit was like, dude, but I was farming under vision. And G's like, you know what? Instead of continuing this argument on my team, G's been around the block, right? This guy's been playing professional Dota 2, I think, since the beginning in CIS. But he's probably like, you know what? I've seen what can happen with these carry players. You know what, fam? I'll just give you more vision. It's fine. Don't worry about it. But will it keep him alive? It does not seem like it. There's going to be the Ephonic Shield. Can he get off the Enrage? Yes, he can. He's still going to live through this. Dream Coil going out right now. But here comes Troll. Crit wants the kill onto Nefrit and we'll be able to find it. Now he wants Chew. Couple of more right clicks. We'll be able to find them. Also, Cold Feet after the Dragon Tail stun went out onto Melayo. Will not be able to escape as he got caught with an Impale during an Illusio. Tossed into the air. Desperate, able to collect the kill. And 3 heroes end up taking a tumble here in the mid lane. That positioning was really weird for me on the side of Extremum. Because they have this Ursa sitting in front of the tower. But the rest of his team is so far away from him that there's no incentive for PuckChamp to not jump him. And even after jumping him, there's no incentive to not chase him. Because normally, right, if you're in a situation where... Hold that thought. Does he escape? He's fine. Normally if you're in a situation where the opposing carry is running past everybody on the enemy team to get to his carry that he wants to kill, normally you should be able to bring him down while he's on the way, but they feel no fear. They know that he will be backed up. Melee still does have Blink Dagger. At the time he still had Stampede. He still had the Battle Trance. Erstwhile this Ursa is out in no man's land. Like the previous one I can sort of forgive, but this one he was really out of position and gets punished massively because of it. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This was really bad. Like, I was praising this laning phase from Extremum. One thing I didn't mention was that it is a requirement for their team to win that these lanes go well. This game cannot go well for them if these lanes go poorly. They have to have this go well. And now, this early game, because it's gone a little bit to the dog box, they must figure out ways to recover. Melayol does buy some space in the top lane. Is Nefrit still going Blink Dagger? Yeah, he is. This does seem like a decent game later for a Swift Blink. Because he's playing against Ancient Apparition, no point buying the Overwhelming Blink, and Arcane Blink does not help Ursa at all. Alright. Are you kidding me? So some very good items picked up for the heroes that found them. So Quicksilver Amulet picked up by the Troll, which is amazing, honestly. But also Nether Shore picked up by the Dire Side. Ursa was already sitting with the Possessed Mark, so he doesn't want to bother adding the Nether Shore, since he, you always want that lifesteal. But maybe Puck? Somebody pick up Nether Shore? Nobody? Okay. That's cool too. That's also okay. That's fine as well. No problem. Now jump in. Oh, Ancient Apparition Ice Blast gonna catch up onto 2. There was a Dream Coil as well flying out onto 2. G trying to get the kill onto this next assassin. The first one to fall in this fight is gonna be Chu on the Rubik. It's a 1-1 trade thus far. G in a little bit of trouble. Doesn't have borrowed time. Fortunately for him, Ice Blast will end. So they trade pause 4 for pause 4 here. Both of them meeting inside the jungle. It did cost them using the DK form on the side of PuckChamp. As well, no real sacrifices were made for this on the side of Extremum. So they'll be much happier to just reset soon. Also, Sandra's too good when Puck is just like, dude, status is this, man. Give me that Kaya and Sanj, I'll get Ags later, it's all good. He didn't go for Witchblade, Blink Dagger, none of that. He's like, none of that is necessary. All I need in my life, plug the SNK directly into my veins. Let's see if they can pick up another, or some kind of advantage here by grabbing this mid tower. They've been looking for this for quite a while. Nefrit, his showing up here with the Blink Dagger means that it's a little bit easier for him to get himself out of trouble. Yeah, he's not feeling nearly as confident as he was. Because now he will just farm from the trees. And look also where G is. In the previous time that they did this, everybody from Extremum was sitting on the eastern part of the map and it was only the Ursa in the middle. This time around though, they do the right thing. First they get the Abaddon on the far side just to break smokes, just in case. Make sure you have vision of encroachment. Ursa hits from the trees. It's good times. Bottom lane. They got the Impale out onto the Puck, but unfortunately they couldn't follow up with enough chain disable to keep Melio in position. So the Puck is able to scurry away here. As much as I was mentioning earlier that Extremum definitely need the laning phase in the early game to go well for them, I am also worried about PuckChamp, that they haven't really been accelerating in their timings all that much. Don't get me wrong, they're still ahead, and they still look very good. But it does kind of feel like one more fight is all Extremum need to be decidedly back on top. Especially now that they've managed to start building into this BKB for the Ursa. He'll wait until that item is available before going for a fight. The same cannot be true of PuckChamp, as they're going to smoke up. They have a... Okay, no BKB on him yet. They've got a BKB Blink on the DK. We've got Blink Pipe on the Centaur. Time to go, man. I love it when teams reach these big times. That for me is the great mark of a good team. Is not just when you have really great players on the team, but when the team moves in tandem together after you've been able to make a particular play. The play in question this time around is farming the necessary items. Nefrit. BKB is going to be still coming, just needs the recipe. Once he has the recipe, jeez, yo. These fights get scary. Because remember, like we mentioned in the draft, neither side really looks that strong through BKB. Troll eventually gets there on the side of PuckChamp, where BKB or not, he's just an absurd damage machine. Extremum, oof. Ice Vortex inside the Roshan pit, and remember that doesn't have a short duration, so it's going to give them vision for quite a while here. They're going to try to go for the fight though in the top lane. Who is going to be the first person caught out? No! Well, Boro, sorry. You wanted an Extremum smoke gang, comrade. They just got it. He went for the smoke play on the side of Extremum, regrettably does not pan out whatsoever. Oof, that is pretty bad. It's pretty big because they had the Ursa there. If Ursa wasn't part of that play, whatever. But Ursa was, and you're trying to get involved in getting a kill. That's time that he spent not farming. And I was complaining a little bit earlier, like 90 seconds ago, about the lack of acceleration from PuckChamp. But look how wisely the troll has been using this time on the map. At some point, only 2k gold up on this Ursa. Now he's 4 in fact. Not too long from now, especially if they're able to find this upcoming kill. They're going to smoke up themselves now, heading out onto the map G. Oh, gotta love playing a Baron sometimes. He's still going to die here because there's way too many disables. But Smoke Breaker is what this hero does best. And can they keep him alive? No, they cannot. There is no Aphotic Shield that you can cast off. No Miscoil Deny to come out onto a nearby hero. The question is, does he have buyback? Because without buyback, they will most likely end up sacrificing this Roshan. They're already inside the pit. Crit leading the charge here. Level 19 on the troll. It's looking so good. Honestly, it kind of feels like this game has been the PuckChamp show in the sense that they've been the team making moves and trying to do things proactively on the map. Y'all know how I feel about these drafts that just react all the time. And outside of what? When was the last time we actually saw Extremum make a proactive move by themselves? I think the closest was that play at top where we had that big Dream Coil come in from the Puck as they were defending the tier 1. But even that sort of counts as a defensive maneuver rather than an offensive one. And the one time they tried to take a fight, Suchlo just missed his Barrow Strike. And they're going to go now back. Suchlo misses Barrow Strike again. G in trouble. They're going to leave him alone to rather opt for the Suchlo kill as he does not have Barrow time. So he will actually die if they bring him down. However, the slightest moment of indecision and hesitation cost them both kills. Gotta love Dota 2 as a game. One other game where that slight mistake could actually end up turning the game in its entirety. Because now they're going to smoke. They know there's no Stampede. They know there's no Elder Dragon form. Did he use BKB? He did not. He did not. Okay, so he still doesn't have the 9-second BKB. So does the Troll. And they have the Aegis. Alright, this becomes a much harder fight then. As a result, how do they initiate this? Suchlo got silenced! Got silenced. Got silenced. Wait, how did he get silenced? What happened? Crit just gonna chase him down. I think he might have just been rooted. He's being chased now by the Troll Warlord. He's just gonna end up dying. They do get the kill onto Ducalis on the other side of the fight. Nefrit though in trouble and he's beneath all these stuns from melees, desperate, and the roots of Crit. And they will be able to find that kill. G trying to run himself away. Does have the borrowed time, but they'll have the chain disabled to keep him in position. This time around, no Sand King to distract them with. Oh, but look at Chu. Try to help out from the high ground. Does have the Aghanim shard, so he lifted his ally, but regrettably it's not going to be enough as they get the Abaddon kill. And now suddenly PuckChamp here on the high ground. Just want to take everything. And because Melees has this Pipe of Insight, at this stage of the game, Puck can do no more damage. It's all on Ursa, but Ursa, without BKB, just dies. Just falls over, flopped over in that fight as soon as the BKB went down. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. And we're at that point now. We saw in that fight the weakness of this Extremum draft versus BKBs. Like Melees, with the level that he's at right now, you know, in that fight he was 16. I'm not sure if he had the Vlads just yet. I think he was on the final component item. Had Medallion, had Pipe. He doesn't have to worry about tanking and dying through all this damage anymore. Oh, bottom. Oh, nice. Ice Blast connected. Do they have enough to bring down Meloyo? Melee's gonna try to land the hoof stop. Not gonna be able to do so, but Crit on the other side of the Illusio Orb. Well, not the Illusio Orb, the Blink Dagger, but able to run him down, find him, kill him. But we saw in the previous fight, like I was saying, the lack of effectiveness versus BKBs. Once these came out, really did feel like Extremum could do nothing. Y'all saw in that fight how little damage both Desperate and Crit took. Crit abandoned his team. He just went on his own mission. He's like, whatever. Nothing can hurt me. Puck doesn't have Aghanim Scepter just yet, so not useful versus these BKBs. Ursa doesn't have Basher just yet. I mean, going for MKB so he can actually do damage through the Whirling Axis, but even then, we'll desperately need the BKB Basher. Otherwise, he's not useful against BKBs. Now, jump in. They're going to use BKB. They really want this kill onto Desperate. Will they find it? Yes, they will. And they got the BKB charge out of him. That's great. That is fantastic. Alright. Extremum will take it. It's a sign of life. Also, very interesting position for an observer. Let's quickly take a look at where it is. Look where they planted this or not. This was to prevent the scenario where the normal D-ward spot gets taken out almost instantly by a sentry. Rubik, the Grand Magus, ends up getting taken down in the mid lane. Ice Blast connected onto him. Melee's was there. Alright, where does Melee's go next after this? He wants the Solar Crest. Jeez. Of course he does. Kind of boring. Abyssal Blade coming from Troll. He's now 6k up on this Ursa. And this Aegis is going to expire now, but if I'm honest, I do not see them losing out a fight with or without the Aegis. Man, they really have not been able to contest crit at all in this game. Or rather, let me say that the crucial moments of the game, when it are still possible to do so, they didn't really make any attempts on his life in particular. And now, it's kind of too late. It's not going to be possible anymore to really kill the Troll unless you kill the entirety of his lineup first. Quiver. Picked up now by the DK. And the crit just going to be at the forefront of his team. Unlike those earlier pushes where we saw Ursa having to really position himself very carefully if he didn't want to get completely caught out in the tier 2 tower. Does Troll have those kind of worries? Nope. 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 Troll has no problems. Finally, we have the Ags from the Puck. Honestly, after this, he's going to be... The way that this game has been going and these last few fights in particular, he's going to be deeply regretting having gone for the full SNK before getting the Ags. Like, had he gone Yasha, Blink Ags, maybe. Personally, I think he should have just gone like Witchblade, Blink Ags, but he has the item now. They are still a lane of racks down. We'll have to see how Extremum decide to make use of this. So suddenly, if they can keep this hidden and initiate the next fight before they are aware of this on the side of PuckChamp, that would give them a tremendous advantage. And they're going to try to go for it now. I believe this is their third smoke overall in the game. Let's see if Extremum are going to be able to do this successfully this time around. Sachlo, all eyes on you, buddy. You and Melio, if y'all don't do well, this fight cannot go well. And PuckChamp should be aware that a movement is coming onto their side of the map now, because there's no way that a base is pushing in to this degree and nobody's back here to defend it. And as all the heroes pop out, they see them. Will they escape? Yeah, they're all fine. Okay. Blink Dagger, Lucio, everybody lives. That was actually kind of scary. If PuckChamp had been able to catch up onto one of those heroes, that hero would be dead right now. Now the priority isn't necessarily killing these heroes, it's choking them off inside the base. You know that they can't effectively farm this top lane. So, if that is the case, what you do, keep them choked inside the base so that you have the opportunity to go take the upcoming Roche, which was full stack spawn, almost 3 minutes now. Fight starting off though. Sachlo, Brawler Strike going directly onto the Centaur. The damage though going in the opposite direction. Go G as well as Nefret caught by the Ice Blast. Too much damage from melees. BKB doesn't protect the Ursa. They stampede forward. G, will he take out? Has the Aphotic Shield to protect them? Chu not going to be so lucky though, as Desperate will find another right click onto him. Secure himself the double kill. Man, this Ursa looks like pape. I've never in my life seen an Ursa look this fragile. He had BKB on, Enrage on, a Photic Shield on him, got miscoiled, and it did literally nothing. Yeah, just call GG. Ouch! 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 Yo, let's keep it a stack. Let's keep it a stack. They got fucked. They got dumpstered. Oof, 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 oof. Extremum. Does anybody remember where I put them, like, versus PuckChamp in that stack? I think I put them beneath PuckChamp, right? I hope I did. Oh, man. Honestly, this game, I'm not really surprised at the outcome, that it looks like this. Somebody was mentioning in chat that this kind of resembled a pub in some respects. And it kind of did, because we saw a very good laning phase coming out from the side of Extremum, which they needed to be able to do with their draft. In fact, it was a very pubby draft in that way as well. You can imagine a Puck, someone's like, okay, cool, I'm gonna play Puck mid, Sand King, Rubik, Abaddon, Ursa. And then they do well in the lanes, and then it all falls apart, like, just afterwards. It honestly really didn't feel like Extremum did anything this game. One of the things that's always important in my mind is to think about things that the team could have done differently. But post-laning phase, what did Extremum actually do? So they went for that one play top that didn't really succeed for them. They had a successful play. So they had a successful play top where they forced back a push. Then a very unsuccessful play middle where they ended up losing an Ursa in a bad position. And they were trying to set up at that point in time for a push on mid. So they lose Ursa in a very bad position. They're like, okay, let's reset. They reset, come back to that position, try to get the tower, but Ursa gets into another bad position and they die again. And that just sets back the game so far. Like, it was basically back-to-back deaths on the Ursa at that point. His farm never really recovered, in contrast to that of the Troll Warlord. I mean, you can see, like, they were somewhat even. Like, the gap's not that big, but come, like, here. These deaths are starting to kick in. The time Troll is spending farming is starting to kick in. Just felt like Troll is more comfortable on the map with the movements of where to farm. Half the time, Extremum is like, they'd stop farming on the Ursa to think about, should we make a move? Nah, it's probably a bad idea, go back to farming. They make one smoke gank later, roll around half the map, it didn't work out, go back to farming. Try another smoke gank like 4 minutes later, doesn't work out, back to farming. It was just a mess, So, game one, I have very little to say about Extremum, except to say that, you know, they did come out of the lanes in very decent fashion, but Dota 2, this patch in particular, is a lot more geared around the first couple of engagements that you take. I'd say that the 0 to 10 minute mark does not matter nearly as much as the 10 to 20 mark nowadays in Dota 2. So, under those circumstances, winning a lane and getting a pre-10 minute tier 1 tower just is not going to be good enough. Will game 2 be good enough from them? I don't know. I hope so. But let's find out. So that was game 1, Extremum versus PuckChamp. Extremum now 1 game away from effectively having 0% chance of being able to get into the major. Remember that in these regions that only accept 2 slots, if you lose 3 games, mathematically, given the other teams that are involved, it's not possible anymore to get to the major. So if they lose the next game, that's done, it's curtains, and there is no more opportunities to play at the major. There'll still be an opportunity to go through the close qualifiers for TI, but direct qualification will be out of the question. So they need this next game. Let's find out if they can grab it. Stick around, homies. We'll be right back. Obviously, this is a partner stream now. Yay. The one thing I will admit to you guys all in advance is that the partner stream, the fact that I'm partnered now means I'm going to be, how shall I say, how do I phrase this? I don't need as much of Twitch's approval anymore. Like, because, these guys get pretty in-depth when they're looking at your channel for partner applications, but now that I'm already partner, it means I can be a bit more loose, can be a bit more cavalier with how I run things. It's going to be fun. Anyway, more Dota coming up. Also, why am I so red? Oh, it's because it's late night time right now. It is what it is. See y'all just in a minute for some more Dota 2 action. See ya. Ladies, gentlemen, and my NB comrades, welcome back. We're out here for game 2, Extremum versus PuckChamp. We already had a bit of a stop taking place in game 1 as PuckChamp gave a bit of a spanking there to the side of Team Extremum. We'll see here if they can come back in game number 2, because as we were discussing in the chat, should Extremum lose, that's it, GG. Any hopes of being able to directly qualify through points for TI is suddenly off the table, and you're gonna have to go through the rigmarole that is the closed qualifier. Nobody wants to be in that position where a single BO3 potentially dumps you out of the TI contestation for an entire year. Feels bad, especially after 2 years of no TI. Let's just say this matchup matters. Let's just say this game matters. So, are we gonna stop the feed train, boys? Is that what we're getting? Is the feed train ending? Is the feed train ending? That's the big question. That's the big question. Let's find out. Extremum, Centaur, DP with the Lina as the opening. So yet again, more focus on the laning phase. This time around though, they do have a hero that can initiate for the team a little bit easier than Sand King. You have Stampede, Lina, one of the best harassing heroes in the game right now as a 4 position. DP, a lot of flexibility. You can run this hero as 5, you can put it mid. You already know that you're playing into Storm Spirit, so you would like to have the availability of a silence against this hero. So this is quite nice. Gives you some push as well with the Exorcism Ghosts later. Still though, the worry I have from Extremum is I just hope they pick heroes that allow them to just play safely, and to absorb, that don't need them to do stuff. As much as, this draft can do stuff, don't get me wrong, on the side of Extremum with Centaur, DP and stuff. And you have Oracle to back you up with the Frost Promise as well in the DP. But in the previous game, I think one of the issues and why they lost is that draft kind of demanded 2 things. Win lanes, which they did, but exit the lanes in an explosive fashion so you can get out onto the map. You were never going to beat that draft late, so you needed to do things early on enough to put the pressure onto PuckChamp. Doesn't seem like that's the style of Dota that necessarily gives them the greatest degree of comfort on the side of Extremum. So now you have this draft that can sit back and absorb more pressure. They don't have to play aggressively on the map. DP can scale for a while with Oracle behind her. Lina can scale forever. Centaur is always useful. So if they do have this dead 10-minute period of the game, they're not going to feel like they're wasting their time just farming up the map. PuckChamp as well. Grimstroke, Storm Spirit wants to open up their draft. They then followed up with the Tusk. Support duo's fine, give themselves a save. Walrus Punch is always quite nice versus these heroes like the DP. With the Storm Spirit as well as the Grimstroke, they have some way to be able to get to the side of the fight that contains the Oracle and actually disable and kill that hero. Put the Egg Sword on the Storm, he jumps the Oracle. Presumably Oracle is not going to have a Yule Scepter or a Guardian Greaves or an Aeon Disc early in the game. So that jump from the Orc and Storm Spirit should reliably kill him. That means that the forefront of the fight is then free for more damage from the PA. Looks like the route we're going for here with the Grimstroke combo is going to be the Inkswell rather than the Soulbind route. So no major double spells, however, 2 heroes that are excellent at having Inkswell put upon them in the Storm and the PA. Okay. Also, this PA hero allows you to be able to get yourself some natural, free, easy farm in the laning phase against the Centaur. Extremum. What are we removing now? They banned Sand King. They need an offlaner right now for PuckChamp, right? So, you've taken Centaur, maybe ban Axe? I don't know what carry hero they want to pick on Extremum, but Axe is always amazing with Grimstroke, always great with Centaur. Fantastic against the likes of DP because you just buy Blade Mail, run into the Ghosts. You deal so much damage against her. A hero that doesn't mind buying Pipe, not your preferred item builder. You don't mind all that much. Instead, choose to ban out the Slaughter. This could presume us into a Ancient Apparition. And then maybe we try flex these lanes, put Lina safe lane, but whatever, nah. Not you just do in this situation. Just pick Alchemist for Extremum. They have no negative armor right now on the side of PuckChamp. Their burst is fairly limited to what Storm can dish out. And PA can build the negative armor, certainly, and you get to scale in that direction for later in the game. But if you pick some Oracle Alchemist combination from the side of Extremum, then you can just play this map. Ah, wait, never mind. I did just say that they can't pick heroes that require them to play aggressively because for some reason things go south under those circumstances. That being said, it's also the sample size was from game 1, but we'll see how things go. PuckChamp, last pick. What is it gonna be? Get Pango. Ooh, this is a good Pangolier game. Certainly this is a good Pangolier game. Okay, I can truck with this. The roll is amazing here. There's an expectation on the side of Extremum that they'll be able to position themselves well inside the fight, right? You need DP to be in a position where she's there with the ghost. Oracle is in a way, positioned in such a way that he can heal her up, allow the pressure to keep going, run down some of these targets. But PuckChamp, look what their answer is. All 3 of their cores are extremely mobile. 2 of them can buy BKB. 1 of them will be happy to buy the pipe. You have a save from the Tusk as well. And you have this massive slow that comes in from the Soulbind in conjunction with the further Pangolier roll-in. Gyrocopter as well as the last pick from Extremum. The thing about this Gyro pick, I don't mind Gyro, say when you have Tusk, Lion, Sand King, whatever, as your supports. When your supports are Lina Oracle, set up for your damage is fairly hard to come by. They've sort of put themselves in this position where Sachlo just has to have a groundbreaking performance on the Centaur. And this Gyrocopter sort of feeds into the mobility problems that PuckChamp will have. Also, regrettably, we get a very similar scenario to what we saw in game 1, where what do they do once BKB comes up? Like, I'm just trying to imagine this fight against Extremum from PuckChamp's perspective, right? Once they had BKB on crit, he's the happiest camper in the world. It's like, awesome. They don't have damage anymore. This is great. This is wonderful. Nefrit, unless you just rush like Ags into a damage item and you skip BKB, then maybe you have enough damage to help you deal with 1 hero that has BKB in the PA, but not 2. Once Desperate also has BKB and is jumping into the fight, then what? Oh god, I think Extremum might have put themselves into a corner. I think we might have ourselves a 2-0 here from PuckChamp. I hope not. But it's looking like it is the case. Oopsie. That was a bit of a mistake there. My bad. Alrighty. Let's go. I don't think they've got this. I think Extremum are gonna struggle to be able to take this. The draft they have is... yeah. This is not fun to play into at all. Well, let's see if they're going to be able to do something and make something of themselves here. So here we go. Game number 2. Can Extremum do it? We just need a dub. Just one dub. Just give us game 3. Oh, also, hold on. There's a poll I forgot that I wanted to run right quick. No, I should do it. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do this poll tomorrow. Yeah. I will do this poll tomorrow. It's all good. Alrighty. We have the G's have been called. The all clear. Here we go. Dota taking place now. Extremum versus the side of PuckChamp. Let's just give you one final reminder of the stakes. Whoever, not just Extremum, but whoever loses this best of 3 will no longer have the option of qualifying towards TI. To be fair, both of these 2 teams are fairly low in terms of the power rankings of CIS, so it's unlikely that either of them could emerge in a top 2 position in the group such that you get to qualify for the major and then go play and maybe qualify for TI there. However, whether or not the odds are in their favor going forward, if you lose this game, the odds are guaranteed against you and you'll be joining the side of AS Monaco Gambit. Another team who people really thought would have been able to do quite well here in Season 2. You'll find yourself instantly unable to qualify towards CI, and you'll just have an eye towards the close qualifiers, which is scary. It's terrifying. I've seen some really good teams fall to some really bad teams in qualifiers, so you never want to be in that position. Wards are already up now for both sides here on this high ground. The D ward will be coming in from Extremum as they try to deny their own obs, and they will allow this to happen. Just want to get some of these bounties. They pick them up. What's the trade here? It is going to be 2-2. Alright. Crit does the right thing on the other side of the map and moves in such a way as to pick up both. And we'll still be able to get back into the lane to farm appropriately. Okay. This mid lane is going to be very important though. Desperate can win this, but it is definitely favored towards Melior. But we'll have to see this DP show their mettle. Melior cannot have the same performance we saw out of the Puck as that game extended. The laning phase was okay, but we definitely need better than okay in this game because I think their backs are still against the wall with this draft. In the top lane, Crit will have Ducalis helping him farm up. In the previous game, he got pretty much perfect free farm. Let's see if he can replicate that again here today. It shouldn't be as possible in this game because he is laning against Lina. And Lina's harass is much more problematic to deal with than a Rubik harass. So Chu can prevent a lot of acceleration coming out here from Crit here in the top lane. Down towards bottom, Meles on the off lane. Pango does have a homing missile chasing him down now. PuckChamp trying to prevent Nefrit from being able to close the gap with the rocket barrage. Look at those body blocks from Astral. Woo! Astral. Keeping Meles alive. They actually connected with the Fortune's End, homing missile, all of that good stuff. But today the Tusk had them Jordans on. And was able to keep Meles alive. Also allowing the Pango to just swashbuckle back to safety. Already having issues in terms of the mobility. And this is only going to get worse as time goes on. Top lane. This is the one lane that will go a lot better for Extremum than what it did in the previous game for Sashlo. And given that they have an infinite amount of harass here with Chu. He's out of clarities though. I hope he's ferrying in some additional ones though from the courier. However, once he hits level 3, crucially, perpetual dragon slave spam, it's difficult. It's hard to deal with. For now though, Extremum, similar to game 1, we see them being happy with this early laning start. Melior needs to crush this lane. It's doing well so far. 14-6 versus the 10-3. We definitely need to see the DP doing the absolute most here. The build she goes for, I imagine, she only gets silenced at level 7. Makes sense because there's no kill threat before then onto the storm anyway. Missile connects bottom onto Pango. Crit. Out here just chilling in the top lane. Still getting a decent amount of CS for himself. We finally see Nefrit able to put out some modicum of damage onto Astral. This might be the first blood, but now he's too far away from the homing missile. Will salve up. Despite this cancelling some of the salve, it's healed him enough that death is no longer a real fear of this lane. Somehow, still no first blood anywhere on the map. It's 4 minutes in now. Do have the final round of the water rune spawning up. But so far, no major aggression coming in from either of these two sides. Despite the multiple attempts down bottom onto the lives of these PuckChamp heroes, thus far just failed to materialize. They'll be happy with this though on the side of Extremum. to just farm up. They were able to do this contentedly in game 1. The question is now going to be what happens after this phase breaks down, especially when Sachlo is doing so well that he's going to have a Vanguard pre 6 minutes at this rate, at the very least. So that sort of changes the dynamics of this game when you have the Centaur having this good of an early time. It means that they won't need to get the early mobility, given that they'll become available through the Stampede at an earlier point than you would normally expect it. I don't think they want to do anything special with it, but they'll be able to use it to avoid some of these jump-ins that PuckChamp want to go for. The presence of Stampede actually might mean that when the Storm Spirit wants to leave the mid lane to go make his first movement on the map, he might be forced to have to rotate into where the Storm Spirit is, into where the Centaur is, because if Storm doesn't come to this lane, then Centaur just pops R. Suddenly, the hero that's being gone on at bottom can easily run away to safety. And there is the Vanguard, jump in now onto Chu, LSA onto 2 heroes, but Chu still in a world of trouble. Ixwell doesn't connect onto anybody. Chu tries to use herself to stay alive, but it's not going to be good enough. Crit throws in the dagger. We'll be able to find the first blood of this game. 5.5 minutes in is when it comes. Takes a while, but they'll take it regardless. Mid lane first ghost of the game made use of by Meloyol, since he does have a Siege Wagon moving in through middle. Gonna try use the timing to put pressure onto the tower itself. He's already zoned back the Storm Spirit, who needs to be back at base, healing up. This is exactly what Meloyol needed to do. He needed to crush this lane. Regular victory, just not good enough. Eye shots from Astral. Fortunately for the DP, do not connect. Now that Sachlo has his Vanguard, Crit can't actually farm top anymore. Vanguard, 3 points, retaliate. Yeah, that lane's unplayable now. Just leave. Like, there's honestly no point being here as Crit. Because you're never going to zone this Centaur out. Like, ever. Maybe he does this and he just wants to farm, like, behind the tower. But I feel like you should just keep skipping right here. Forcing the PA into a bad position. She still can't farm underneath the tower, though, given the wonderful dagger that she's leveled up to level 3 at this point. Centaur, net worth leader on the map right now. Bringing in several heroes to try and contest them. However, it does have an observer ward down that scouts out this movement. They lay down an obs of their own, though, to try and jump forward. There's going to be the Stampede. And LSA onto 2. There's going to be the cooldown as well from Nefrit. The Gyrocopter shows up to help get a kill onto Astral. Crit in trouble as well. Homing missile will chase him down. They do not have Hoofstomp for another 2 seconds. He does manage to jump away. Will he get LSA? No, he will not. And Chu doesn't actually have any points into Dragon Slayer, so can't put any pressure out onto Crit. At the same time, they end up losing melees down bottom, however. How did that happen? Okay. Oracle with 3rd points, Purifying Flames, just solo kills a Pango. I mean, Fortunes and Purifying Flames is no joke, but seriously? Okay. Wow, the back of that, the Extremum feel hella strong right now. Nefrit showed up at the perfect time for that fight, right? Not just when the Stampede was popped, but he shows up just after the LSA has landed to stun up some heroes to enable him to get some kills. We see, bottom they almost got a kill onto G, however, he does at the last second manage to throw out the Fate's Edict. Menace, nice swashbuckle into the trees, able to avoid the Hoofstomp. Is still going to be in some degree of danger. Fortune's End will be there. Nice jump from Desperate directly onto the Oracle, and they do find that kill. Sachlo with the double edge will finish off the life of the Pangolier. Will pay for it with his own, however, as Crit throws in one dagger just to find the slow. Most of the damage coming in from the storm, but they still haven't brought down Sachlo, and Crit doesn't want to jump in for this one, as Meloyol will rather make his rotation with the Ghost. They find the kill. Meloyol has Grip Swarm level 3. I think Desperate is dead. Oh my god, a double kill for this DP. Could not be more night and day as a start to the proceedings here for Extremum versus Game 1 and Game 2. Game 1, at this stage of the game, they were still looking quite fresh, but not looking nearly this good. That being said, they did have a 2k gold lead, so maybe let's wait until 12 minutes. Because in game 1 they had managed to take down an early tower, gotten a lot of farm on their Ursa and on the Puck. And it was looking like all the world. In fact, around the next minute or so in game 1 was when we saw the reveal of the Blink Dagger from the Sand King of Sachlo. Chu throws out an LSA, but knows he's dead regardless, just wasting a little bit of their time, as they absolutely will find the kill. Let's see, Sachlo in the mid lane, putting some pressure onto the tower. There are no heroes besides Ducalis positioned in this area, so they can actually take this, especially with the double damage from Nefrit. And they've already popped the fortification, so it absolutely goes down. Not that far away from Blink Dagger for Centaur. Yule Scepter also being built up by Melio. We'll have it in the next minute or so. And this early game in the laning phase was pitch perfect for the side of Extremum. Now the question is whether or not they can maintain that note. Thus far it's still sounding very crisp to the ears. Nice clarity from what they're putting forward, Extremum. Nefrit has learned his lesson, farming somewhat far away from where the enemy is. But it's still somewhat isolated, but does have the Oracle with him. So the defense already baked in. So we can make a little bit riskier movements here. Although they will choose to now go onto said Oracle. He's in a lot of trouble. There's going to be a cooldown here from Nefrit. They're looking for Desperate. Desperate. Homing Missile will catch him as well as a second cooldown. And in fact, with the Purifying Flames, they burst him down. Astro almost died there. But G, unfortunately, was not able to pick him up. Man, Purifying Flames, y'all. It's a lot of damage. Extremum. Best possible start to this game. Not only have they managed to come out of the laning phase in really strong fashion, but all of these early skirmishes have looked their way. They're 7-3 up, 5k gold lead. Pango's been getting nothing since the laning phase broke down. To be fair, that's the one lane we didn't get to talk about in too much detail. Most of the action was happening at mid and top. But the lane for Pango, not the easiest in the world for the to play into the gyrocopter. We saw that reflected by the amount of time that he spent sort of in the side camp with Astral, trying to farm some of those creeps rather than trying to apply his trade against heroes. Man, Sachlo now has Blink Dagger as well. Whew, this is a farm centaur. Still though, this is not game in the bag just yet for the side of Extremum. Still a lot of work to do. They're going to move bottom with Melio. Looking like they want to secure the final tier 1 tower for themselves in this game. Melis definitely not poised to be able to defend this one. Throws out a Swashbuckler, but this is just going to delay proceedings. Nothing he can do to alter them. And they will get the tower. Melio. Nicely done. So all the tier 1s have been gotten for them now. Extremum, and honestly it's feeling like this is their first game. They're trying to shake off game 1. They're like, whatever, it didn't really happen. GG, go next. That being said though, what worries me is this lead might plateau. It might. Let's see what happens in the next few minutes. DP has the Yules. I think she just got a Hood of Defiance as well. Vanguard blink up on the Centaur. Gyrocopter moving towards BKB. Personally, I feel Gyrocopter should never wait more than 2 items for BKB. Like, it should always come after boots plus your first farming item. Especially if he's able to finish this before crit. I mean, crit doesn't even have the Battle Fury. It literally about to pick it up now off the courier. And in terms of it being a Battle Fury with a full power tread being picked up already, not the slowest timing I've ever seen. It's actually a fairly normal timing that we're seeing right now on the PA. Timing is not the problem, it's just that Extremum are a ludicrous degree ahead at this point in the game. Big items all picked up now though. The Battle Fury for the PA and the Blink Dagger for the melees. Pango here, down bottom. This can actually open up a kill if Desperate can get there in time. Looks like they're trying to reach that side of the map, but yeah, it's fairly difficult. He's moving with the Pango. And they're gonna come across Gyro. They're gonna come across Gyro. They're gonna come across Gyro. Oh my god, Nefrit. I've seen this movie before, my friend. This is the exact place he ended up getting brought down last time. Can they get the Oracle here in time? No, they cannot. Oracle will just have to watch as his gyrocopter gets brought down. Ducalis, is he going to TP out to safety? No, he cannot. Fortune's in. At least G will be able to get something off of this. But they tried to get you as quickly as they could from Extremum. They even popped the ghost on the way, but they still lose Nefrit. What's wild is he dies in the same spot he died in game 1, despite playing on a different side of the map. Now, they're looking for Astral, Dual Scepter into the air. Not really going to achieve all that much in that particular situation. Oh boy, oh boy. Man, that sucks. I'm gonna try to get some revenge by bringing down this Pangolier down in the bottom lane. He's happy actually though. Actually just sitting in the trees. I think he suspects that something's coming towards him. He's just cutting down all the trees behind this tier 1 tower. Not revealing himself at all. He knows it's hella suspicious that nobody has shown up. And now that Chu's here. Also, this is actually pretty sick. Chu revealing himself right here in the mid, right? And then the Centaur walking towards where Chu was, instead of walking down south, means that the Centaur's smoke doesn't pop. If Centaur's smoke pops there, then he realizes, oh snap, there's a hero in the tree somewhere, let's go find them. But because it doesn't, it actually sets up for this follow-up kill that we're about to see right here. As the Rolling Thunder immediately out onto Chu, crit. Showed up to add some damage, and it's gonna go the way of melees, however. And now, though Melees was spending all his time here and he avoided a gank, he can still set up for the follow-up push onto the tier 1 tower. Oh god, mid lane though, jump in directly onto the Tusk. Can they kill Astral before he can snowball? No, they can't. Still alive. Got healed up by the purifying damage. Oh my god, and Nefrit dies top. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. So they end up not being able to kill a Tusk middle. They lose Nefrit top again. And all these deaths are happening before he gets his BKB. This is... I cannot stress enough what perfect timing this is to be getting these kills. Because not only are you not getting BKB, that's one thing. You're not farming right now. That's another. The PA is farming. That's another. And... okay, she's not going to have BKB before you, to be fair. Well, won't she? No, she won't. She won't. She won't. Well, let's see, actually. If they get another kill, and PA can farm faster than Gyrocopter, especially with the Battle Fury, you are so far ahead as the Gyro. At some point, Extremum was 5k, 6k in fact they touched in terms of the gold advantage. But now, 2 bad deaths on the Gyrocopter, not being able to get any kills on the map during that time period, losing Lina bottom, losing their tier 1 bottom. This whole map just feels so much smaller for them, and now, this PA... by far the net worth leader on this map. Suchlow trying to jump in onto Desperate, but Desperate able to zip away to safety. Okay, the thing that's scary about this item... oh wow, she's actually gonna have it... okay, they're gonna get it at the same time, the PKBs. Which is crazy, considering how much faster he started farming his. He was like finished with the Ogre Axe, I believe, or about to pick it up, just as the PA was about to grab Battle Fury. However, in the intervening minutes, a lot has changed in this game number 2. And despite this 2k gold lead, I definitely feel like it's PuckChamp who are ahead right now. Although Extremum trying something a little bit riskier, getting into the Roshan pit with those ghosts. And this should enable them to snag up this Aegis. They have no awareness of this on the side of PuckChamp. No wards in the area. They seem like they might have some idea this is happening, but it's a little bit too late. It's already happened. It's been taken down. Suchlow Pops the Stampede as they want to go towards Ducalis, and they will be able to find that easy kill onto the Grimstroke. Okay, an Aegis plus a bonus kill. That's nice. That's how you get yourself back on track. And since you have this BKB on Nefrit, very unlikely that they want to actually jump you. Without the BKB, honestly, if I'm Pango, I'm like, guys, let's go. Let's fight. But with it, no. By the way, I hate that missile with all my heart. I hate the Buster missile. It's awful. Bottom lane. Oh boy. So sometimes you get these very complicated games, right? So I have often thought to myself that, oh, Rolling Thunder, oh no, Nefrit connected on. Do they want to force a BKB out of him? Not just yet. We see a rush in onto Sachlo. He's been silenced up, so can't add any utility to this fight. We see them take the first life off the gyro crit. Able to take down G just now as well. Buyback will come in from Sachlo. He wants to be re-engaged in this fight. They will use a BKB on the gyro. Soulbind was thrown out. Just connects on the 2. BKB will now expire from Nefrit, but that's going to be good enough for him to try and get home. There's also a buyback from Sachlo, remember, so you can't afford to die again. Inkswell, will it come out and stun him? It doesn't need to, as they do manage to find the kill. Rolling Boulder on the backside of the fight with the snowball. It will enable them to find a kill onto Chu as well, as the Lina goes down too. It's a dieback on the Centaur. Another death on the Lina. PA doesn't die, Storm doesn't die. You force a BKB charge out of the gyrocopter. That's the first 9-second BKB charge. You kill the Aegis. Oh man. And also wait, let's not forget. Just before you made that play, you killed Meloyo on the DP down on the bottom side of the map. Oh boy. Woof. Looking hella rough right now for the side of PuckChamp. Oh, Extremum, excuse me, up against PuckChamp. PC, they're gonna have BKB on Storm Spirit not too far from now. Meloyo. Ooh. Astro Storm. But do they ping him out is the question. By now they have to know that allies are coming in, so they've missed their window of surprise opportunity. So they will just consider this as a lost cause. Can they escape with Astro? No, they cannot. Meloyo just runs him down with this Death Prophet. Alright. Nice move there from DP. Meloyo, I mean, has gotten something out of these last few minutes. Hey, Shaky! Comrade Shaky! Shout out for the raid, fam. Shout out for the raid. Thank you. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you. I'm really concerned right now that Extremum, despite having a lot of the strength at this point in the game and having peaked, like relative to where PuckChamp was a couple of minutes ago, it still doesn't fully feel like they can take a full 5-on-5 engagement. Feels like they can take these smaller skirmishes, but I'm in particular worried about the DP. She needs something else. Because in the fight, now that Nefrit has BKB, honestly I feel that this Oracle should not prioritize protecting the gyrocopter. He should definitely do it if it has to happen, but this DP is going to be the one that's a little bit more vulnerable in these engagements that might require a bit more attention from the G Oracle. PuckChamp might lose a tier 2 tower here, being pushed out in the tier 2 in the top lane, but they might go for a fight. Chu gonna be the one that opens things up. Phantom's Embrace prevents further spells coming in. Jump in from Sachlo. Nice stun out onto Astro. There's gonna be a stampede coming in as well. The first casualty of this fight is gonna be this Lina. Next to 4, Ducalis looking like he's in trouble. Will end up dying here on the side of the fight as well. Both supports brought down on both sides. Buyback will be there from G. PuckChamp definitely don't want to keep the rest of this fight going. They had to buy back because Meloyo had just used the DP ult. They look at these heroes from PuckChamp, they're like, well, they could wait for us to finish with the ghosts, and then as the ghosts are about to expire, jump in on us, drag us back with the Storm Spirit and start the fight that way. So we have to buy back on Oracle just in case. PuckChamp will be happy with that though, because it's a buyback forced on Oracle. DP uses Ghosts again. BKB was used by the Gyrocopter. But no, it wasn't. Okay, I'm wrong about that. It wasn't. Oh, that's fine then. But the big thing is that they defended the tier 2. That's what they wanted. They wanted to make sure that the tower itself doesn't go down. And it does stay alive. Which keeps that portion of the map available for the farming pleasure of either Desperate or Crit. Gyro now has Aghanim Scepter as well. Starting to become a real beast. And this into the MKB. The threat is going to be real for Crit, so they would definitely need to start making things happen for themselves as well on the side of PuckChamp. Utilizing this Deso as well as this newly picked up BKB for the Storm Spirit. They don't have any vision here on the high ground. Nefrit will be as safe as he's ever been, so this time around it does not seem like he's going to be the one that ends up getting brought down. Does seem like Extremum aware that a gank of some kind is being planned. Scan connects wonderfully onto the entire Radiant high ground. So PuckChamp, this movement has been scouted by the scan. What will Extremum do about it? Looks like they're just happy to bring Gyro over, clear out the wave. Just have it be known that he's going to be the one that steps up forward in the fight. And because he has BKB or these Oracle right behind him, they have full confidence that he's not going to get bursted instantly and they'd have to take a fight 4v5. Now though, they're going to smoke themselves. How's this fight going to go? Melayo had his smoke popped on the high ground. Astro jumping forward, looking for this Oracle. Gee, silence up. Can they kill the Oracle? Yes, they can. Now they don't have the bonus protection. Melee's jumping onto the Oracle. The DP. DP is going to get brought down. And with the Rolling Thunder from this Pangolier, will they be able to stun up Nefrit as soon as the BKB has expired? They don't find them. The damage is going to be there from Crit, however, and a huge crit from Crit. Able to bring down the Gyro. Double kill for the Phantom Assassin. Going back for more. Looking for Lina. Giving a triple over to the PA. And PuckChamp, their patience here on the high ground pays off. As they're able to turn that fight. They waited a long time for it. Oh no, Sachlo! Sachlo's gonna give them the team wipe! He went in to try and get a quick burst onto Ducalis, who was trying to TP out. And Ducalis gets saved by Astro. It turns into a team wipe. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. Okay. But PuckChamp have clearly, like, that fight, that was... I cannot stress enough how that was the worst of all possible worlds, right? So this is what happens. The entire team of Extremum is smoked up. And let me take control of the camera right quick to talk about this one. They're all smoked up, right? Trying to head in for this high ground because they're aware for a fact that these PuckChamp heroes are in this area. Therefore, they should be able to scout them out. They scan there, they get the scan, and they're like, cool, we know heroes are here. So they smoke, and the idea is to be able to run in. Maybe you jump up with the Centaur, get a quick stun onto several heroes, and you start the fight that way. However, there's two huge problems. The first big problem is they don't have vision. No vision of the high ground means that this Observer Ward scouts them before the opposite happens. So that's the first big thing. They don't have any vision here, so they can't take this fight. Or rather, if they do take that fight, they're going to be at a vision disadvantage. But the very big thing that goes wrong is the heroes. Because Melayo, his smoke pops first here on the high ground. But crucially, G is right behind him. Because he's going on the high ground as Melayo, G can't afford to take the chance that the DP goes like here. And then suddenly as Oracle, you're stuck here on the low ground and you can't cast the False Promise. So he feels like he has to follow Melayo. But because of this aforementioned Observer Ward here on the high ground, the Tusk ends up popping both of their smokes. Because he himself is sitting nicely in this little crook. And then Storm Spirit does the game-winning thing and just jumps on G. And now, fight happening, other side. G jumped again. Because if you jump G, you can win the fight. But if they keep him alive, they have to get out. Desperate is out of mana. Y'all have to leave. You have to leave. Melayo, wow, taking all the damage in the world. There's going to be the False Promise, keeping the DP alive now. Rolling Thunder onto the backside. Melee's getting dragged back onto Melayo. They really want to keep him up. They do manage to make sure that the DP does survive. It does cost the life of Sachlo. However, Nefrit pops BKB on the high ground. Can he escape away from Crit as well as Melee's? No, he cannot. Ends up losing his own life there inside the base. Buyback on Sachlo to try to defend on the outside. They do manage to get the kill onto Ducalis, but Crit now wants to bring down Melayo. Spirit Siphon with the Exorcism though, doing way too much damage. Crit, will he be able to get the kill? Yes, he does. Triple kill for the PA. Suchlow jumping back onto the Phantom Assassin with the hoof stomp. But unfortunately, this might only lead to an ultra kill. Crit still has the Aegis. If they can find vision of any of these heroes, they're gonna look for this Mega. They're gonna look for this Rampage. Do they get it? Yes, they do. Rampage for Crit, baby. And they're not done just yet either. As they go back inside the base with the snowball damage coming in from Desperate. It should be enough to secure themselves the double Rampage. As Crit, him and the team of PuckChamp absolutely eviscerate Extremum there. Oh boy. Oh boy. 16k gold lead right now for the side of PuckChamp. Yet again, we've seen this movie before. Amazing start to the game for Extremum. This time around, they do at least put in a little bit of differentiation for the sequel, because the mid game they actually start fighting. They actually start taking these engagements. They look positive in them. But man, since then, one fight, and since actually the decision from PuckChamp to just continually target Oracle every fight. Also, this last fight from them on the side of Extremum was very bizarre, that they decided to try and re-engage so many different times. Like, there was always one hero looking like he wants to dive back in, instead of... Sometimes, when you're playing Dota, the team should just cut the losses and say, fam, you're dead, it is what it is, it sucks to be you. Now, with the double damage rune, Crits takes out Suchlow. No buyback available for the Centaur, and Extremum also have lost the BKB on Nefrit, so he gets silenced up by the Ghost Phantom's Embrace. He is definitely gonna die here. False Promise will not keep him alive. Ultra kill there for the PA. Give him another Rampage. Rampage! That's what I'm talking about. PA ends this game with an absurd KDA of 16-0-6. 20k gold lead for PuckChamp, massive experience lead. And Extremum have done it again. Squandered what was a perfectly good start to the game. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Eesh, eesh. Look at this early graph. Just pain, just pain. They truly were actually doing really well on the side of Extremum. They were actually winning the game. They were taking fights. They were using these BKBs of Nefrit. You know, Meloyul was involved. Alright, so for me, the game sort of lost itself twice for Extreme. Let's say 3 times, actually. The first time was those 2 back-to-back deaths from Nefrit. Honestly, I can't express in words how far ahead they were at that point in the game. They were 5k gold up. Just hit, actually 6k. Let's use the 6k. They were 6k gold up. They were halfway through BKB for Gyro. PA was nowhere near BKB. She just gotten a farming item. Meloyul had just gotten... What is the +1 item at that point? The hood. Yes, the hood. I forgot if, that was the hood. It just picked up the Hood of Defiance. You, at this stage of the game, are in incredible shape. You're in... Wow, you are so strong. You're so strong, right? All you have to do is just stay on that trajectory, not make any mistakes, don't mess things up too badly, and you are going to end up probably with a decent result for yourself. Unfortunately, you end up losing the Gyro twice in the span of like 90 seconds, which instantly accelerates this PA and means that this BKB, which was supposed to... Gyrocopter was supposed to get BKB here at 15.5. Instead, ends up getting it at the same time as the PA. So that's the one big thing, the key turning point for me. Those 2 deaths on the Gyro in his own jungle, and the other one inside at the top lane. The one in his own jungle was all because of the Blink Dagger. Like, Melee's made that happen. Blink with the Pangolier roll was amazing to watch. The second key turning point in this game for me was of that moment, that big fight that ended up happening. Well, I wouldn't necessarily count it a big fight, but the first fight that we saw that happened after the Aegis was picked up. And the reason this was big was because they end up losing... I forgot who died first in that fight. I think it was the Oracle. That was the first fight where they started targeting Oracle. They lose G first. And after G dies, here's where it gets really interesting. G dies, right? And the Gyro is so far from every other hero in the fight. He doesn't want to use any of his spells. He doesn't want to cast anything in the event that maybe Oracle can come back and keep me alive on the second life. Then Suchlow dies. But then they realize they don't have buyback on the Oracle, so they have to buy back on the Centaur so he can come into the fight and try to help out the Gyrocopter. But then Gyro is forced to use BKB on the second life anyway because of the Soul Bind that came out from the Grimstroke. And honestly, for me, that turned everything because he lost the Aegis that they just picked up like a minute or so beforehand, right after getting it. Then they end up losing a BKB charge, the 9-second BKB charge, which is huge, which is massive. And then obviously, the next massive turning point in the game comes in that fight where they decide to go up the hill onto Radiant Triangle. Absolutely no vision of the high ground. Their smoke gets popped. Meliol is the first one to open up the smoke popping, but they're smart enough on the side of PuckChamp to wait until they spot G. In any game that involves an Oracle combo, whether it might be Oracle DP, whether it might be Oracle Huskar, Oracle Troll, if you kill Oracle first, you're probably going to win that fight. And we saw that once PuckChamp started targeting G, honestly, these fights looked easy. Like, it looked like it was nothing but a G thing. And I don't think Extremum did themselves any favors either with the way they played this game out. It definitely wasn't the crispest performance from them. So, congratulations to the side here of PuckChamp. They are going to go over 2-0. Also, I've decided I want to use like more wrestling nomenclature in the cast. So, you're going to hear a lot about top guys. People are going to go over. If we talk about like a particular play that happened, we might talk about spots. I will still say plays, but spots are so cool. Spots are so cool. I wanted game 3. Sadly, does not seem like we are going to get game 3 as PuckChamp take the 2-0. They sweep it and they make it look a little bit easy. Or rather, Extremum makes it look easy for them. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be that for this particular stream for today. This was the sort of, hey, I'm back celebrating cast for having made partner. I was sort of on a vacation on these last couple of days, and some of you have been wondering about my movements in this time period. But we're going to be starting to slowly ramp things back up as we go into the next couple of weeks. Keep the channel going. Obviously, this is going to need a lot of support from y'all. So I need you to tell your friends. We'll need homies like Shaky to be out here raiding. We'll need homies like PuckChamp to be out here subbing. And we'll need homies like y'all to just be out here watching and hanging out with me. Thank you so much for doing so. And I'll be back tomorrow. I'm not sure what time I'll come on. I actually might come on in the morning to do some China Dota, but I'll see how I feel about it. For now, that is going to be me. Yeah, it wasn't much of a game at all, fam. Wasn't much of a game at all, Baroda. But now we learned some things, right? We learned that Extremum can't hang on to a lead, unfortunately. And we also learned that PuckChamp, strong team. They definitely look a lot better than last month when I was watching them play. So I like to see teams improving month on month. Thank you so much, everybody. Make sure to follow if it's your first time here. Make sure that you are subscribed if you are a follower but you're not subscribing. Not just get yourself access to some bonus content, but also be in the list of people that are helping to keep Snarecasting going, helping to support the stream. I try to put as much of what I get like in big money. Like in some way, every little cent that you put in supporting the stream is either going towards paying for bills, or getting new gear and getting better equipment. For example, some of y'all who were here back in like February will probably notice that the webcam quality is significantly better than it used to be back then. So we move, we improve, and we get to the top. Anyway, that's going to be me for now, and I'll see y'all later. Thanks so much for being with me. Thanks so much for the support. And I will make sure that you stay in my hearts. I love y'all. Check y'all in the future for some more dotes. Bye. Oh, also, I'm going to start streaming Path of Exile like on the weekend. If any of y'all are into that. But yeah, that'll come in a couple of days. All right. Peace out, bye!